The police service would like to remind the public about a number of matters that will be coming up on this holiday Heritage Day weekend. You'll be aware that this weekend marks the unofficial start to activities on the water for summertime. Therefore, along with the Bermuda Reserve Police and members of the Bermuda Regiment, there will be a visible law enforcement presence on our waterways. We'd like to just take this opportunity to remind the public that their vessels are registered. As of this month, they should be displaying a 2017 decal, and that it's prominently displayed on the starboard side of the vessel. We also remind members of the public, most importantly, that they have the requisite safety equipment on board their vessels, particularly if they're in any inshore or offshore waters. We ask that people going offshore file a float plan and register that with Bermuda Radio. We're asking people to be mindful of people in and around the water, particularly swimmers, and to observe the 5-knot zone. Speed is not only an issue in maritime collisions, but it's also a general nuisance factor for boaters that are at anchor. We also encourage that people do not mix alcohol with powerboat or sailing vessels. The annual Bermuda Day Half Marathon will start in Somerset this year, the traditional start location for the event, and finish in the city of Hamilton. And the Bermuda Bicycle Association will also be running their race from Somerset and similarly finish in the city of Hamilton. As a result, there will be traditional race routes and road closures in place to facilitate both of these races. As in previous years, the Bermuda Police Service will have officers and marshals positioned along the race routes, and they are there to ensure that risk to other road users is minimized, especially the cyclists and the runners. We are asking the motoring public to comply with all demands made of them by the police officers and the marshals along the route, and to familiarize yourselves with the route so that you can plan accordingly while those events are going on. The race route will close at around 8:30 in the morning, and we're asking people that need to get to the airport in the east end of the island from the west end to make sure that they plan properly so that they're there well in advance of 8 o'clock in the morning so that they can make their flights on time, bearing in mind that there will be road closures to facilitate both of these races. The roads will be opened when it's safe to do so, and delays up to an hour and a half or more can be expected. The Sinclair Packwood Memorial Race, which is the cycle race, as I said, will start in Somerset on Somerset Road at Somerset Marketplace, traveling along Middle Road into the city of Hamilton, finishing just at the north of the junction with Dundonald Street. The Appleby Bermuda Half Marathon Derby will also start outside Somerset Marketplace, but that will finish in the city of Hamilton at Dutton Avenue at Bernards Park. All roads will be closed between 8:30 until 12 noon, and no traffic will be allowed to travel in either direction during the cycle race, and no traffic will be allowed to travel in the opposite direction during the marathon race. For people intending to enter or exit the city of Hamilton, the following procedure will be in place. Motorized traffic will be allowed to cross over or through the race route at certain junctions, and we'll ask people to familiarize yourself with those junctions on our website or any of the media websites that will have it. The Heritage Day Parade will start at 1:30 p.m. And it will start at Dutton Avenue at Bernards Park and will travel through the city of Hamilton, finishing in front of the City Hall car park. Due to construction around the City Hall car park, the events will be taking place in front of the City Hall itself. Many of the performers demand the entire width of the road, and other people are mounted on heavy vehicles. So we ask that people bear that in mind. There's limited vision for some of the drivers of these floats and other things, so it can be a serious hazard to people that do get in the way of the floats and other participants in the parade itself. No parking areas will be clearly marked, and specific road closure times are posted within the notice that we'll be putting out following this press conference. Just in terms of crime prevention, this is an event for all of Bermuda to enjoy safely and peacefully. We're urging everyone to observe the instructions given to them by the police and the marshals for the respective events. And we also ask that members of the public take steps to that they secure their property, including their residences when they leave it. There are people out there that will take the opportunity to commit crime, and we're asking people to bear that in mind and make sure that they secure their premises and property securely. We also ask that people traveling to any of these events secure their bikes and vehicles securely when they're leaving them in the place. I'm mindful that my colleague from the Road Safety Council will be speaking in a road safety vein following myself, but we would like to urge members of the motoring public that members of the police will be out and we will be enforcing the road traffic legislation so that the roads are safe for everybody to use. And the message really here is to calm the roads and calm down the driving behaviors. We appreciate that people want to get to these events, and in some cases they may need to get there hurriedly, but please don't do that at the expense of your own safety or the safety of other people. We just ask everyone to exercise patience, tolerance, and caution to help the police do their job. And on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, I'd like to wish everybody a pleasant and enjoyable holiday weekend. Thank you. I'll pass over to Ms. Erica Ransmill now, who will speak from the Road Safety Council.
Good day, everyone. The May 24th holiday is a significant time in the social calendar of Bermuda and signifies the unofficial start of summer. Unfortunately, it also signifies a period where historically we notice an increase in road traffic collisions and fatalities. Sadly, this is a trend that we have become too comfortable with, and it is the goal of the Bermuda Road Safety Council to educate the public as well as find long-term solutions that will decrease these numbers. The Bermuda Day holiday, the Road Safety Council, this Bermuda Day holiday, the Road Safety Council is asking all of Bermuda to remember the following. Think about your driving habits and the choices you make when driving. Choose to make better decisions when driving or riding, and live to celebrate those special moments with your loved ones. There are several ways we can do just that. We can adhere to the speed limit at all times. We can remove all outside distractions while driving or riding. Put that cell phone out of reach. We can fasten our helmets correctly to ensure their proper use. We can ensure that our children are secured in the rear seats of the vehicle in properly constructed child seats. We can ensure that we do not engage in driving or riding while under the influence of alcohol or drugs of any form. We can talk to our friends and family. A simple conversation could save a life. Please don't get so caught up in the holiday that you allow road safety to take a back seat in your celebrations. Road safety should be a priority every time that you enter our roads, by foot, cycle, car, or bike. Bermuda Day is our opportunity to celebrate all that is great about Bermuda. Together, we can make a difference, and always remember to think, choose, live, so that we all arrive alive. Thank you. Mr. Santucci from CADA has a few words to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. I'm sure you all agree it's nice to have another face at this table and subsequently another voice. So, Erica, we welcome you to the conversation. Good morning. I'm pleased to be here today on behalf of CADA. In the last 6 years, 63 people have died on our roads. So far this year, 4 have died. We know that 75% of all road fatalities involve alcohol and/or drugs. Against these sobering statistics, CADA would like to remind the public that always bus, cab, or designated driver. Also this year, if you don't know, there's a new app known as Hitch. So download the app. It's another opportunity for you to get home safe. The Let Us Drive program will be available this Saturday morning from 3:15 to 3:45 outside the LOM building. So far, this program has taken home 14,282 individuals. Thanks to the program sponsors, McCarty, Goslins, Boris Liprin, and the Corporation of Hamilton. CADA would also like to remind parents and other responsible adults that it is not okay to give alcohol to young people and children. The adolescent brain is not fully developed, and underage drinking is a significant impact, and it decreases the risk of our young people becoming addicted to alcohol and/or other drugs. To those that consume alcohol before the age of 15 are 4 times more likely to become addicted to alcohol or drugs. In the 2015 National School Survey, Of 3,200 students in private schools, government schools, and home schools, 52.6% of middle school students said they have tried alcohol in their lifetime. Of that 52%, 55% of them are females. Of the 52% of the 3,200 schools that were surveyed, 55% of females of that 52% said they had tried alcohol. That is opposed to 49% for males. Of that 52%, 90% of them said they get alcohol from families and friends. The stats are clear. Our daughters are drinking more than our sons, and they're getting it from their family and friends. Again, always bus, cabin, designated driver. Carter again is calling for the establishment of an alcohol bureau of control, social hosting legislation to protect our children, and a non-selective sobriety checkpoint. On behalf of Carter's board, staff, and volunteers, we wish everybody a safe and prosperous 24th of May. Thank you.
You know, or this increase in robberies and gun activity, robberies and theft. As police aware, what are you going to do this weekend to step up this?
As with every event of this scale, include this being an annual event, we have a robust policing plan in place to deal with people that choose to disrupt the otherwise peaceful activities of the Bermudian public. I can assure the members of the public that we have contingencies and officers and plans in place to deal with people that choose to engage in criminality rather than the festivities of the holiday weekend.
Gang activity or gang tension is on the rise. Is police aware of it, and what are you going to do to diffuse this?
We have been working feverishly to combat some of the recent activity that we've seen. We are aware that there are tensions out there. We are working actively to address them and address the people that are choosing to engage in that activity.